As we speak, it's already done for William Samoei Ruto. And the only way for him to survive past 2027 is to do this.
Na tumeona Attorney General kwa hii kikao, rais amesema ati kila mtu asungumuse mambo ya 2060. Ati Attorney General wanapanga ati zile sheria zinataka kurekebishwa. Tuko na habari ati wanataka kupendekeza vile William Ruto ameona kura hii ya presidential hawezi pita, ati wabadilishe katiba, ati walete parliamentary system, na ndio Aden wale anasema ndio wanunue wabunge vile walinunua anifukuse ofisi aendelee. Yeye sasa ameona hii uchaguzi ya presidential hawezi pita. Sasa angetaka kwa sababu wabunge ni rais kununua. Pale walokalau wamejua kununua raia ni ngumu. Hao raia kwanza walokalau ni kichwa ngumu kama Rigiji. Si ni kichwa ngumu? Sasa ameona raia huwezi nunua. Watu rahisi kununua bei ni wabunge. Isipokuwa wachache au wakina Kavamedo, wakina Wanjiko ambaye ni watu wako na msimamo. Lakini wabunge wengi ni watu ya kununuliwa. Sasa Aden wale anasema tunataka tutoke presidential system tuende parliamentary because rais anajua kununua wabunge ni kitu rahisi. Anaweza nunua wabunge atiwamrudishe aendelee. Hiyo ni mambo hayawezekani. Hiyo mkitaka kubidua mlete referendum, tutaiangusha. Hatuwezi kubali. Hatuwezi kubali kubadilisha mfumo wa uongozi katika Jamhuri ya Kenya.
Now, Rigathi Gachagua is suggesting that William Samoei Ruto has a plan to change the constitution of this Republic of Kenya. And not just to change the constitution, but to enable members of parliament to select the presidents. In that, the president of Republic of Kenya hatakuwa elected through the ballot. He will be elected through the member of parliament. And if you have been in this country, you have seen what happened in 2024, where the Kenyan rejected the finance bill. Then the president himself alilipa wale wabunge kupitisha that finance bill. Not only that, but also during the Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment, these members of parliament, both houses, the Senate and the National Assembly, walipata pesa to initiate the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. Now, take in this angle that number of parliament that are now choosing the president, electing the president. Which kind of president are we going to have? And in this video, guys, before we proceed, I want to explain to you guys why this plan will terribly fail. Hata itafika, it will not see the light. And in case this is your first time coming across us, kindly please take a minute or two, click that subscribe button, then allow notification buttons to be on. Whenever we shall be producing a video like this one, YouTube will automatically be giving you a notification. Now guys, I just call upon you to give this video a thumbs up, just like it, so that YouTube can recommend it to the more people. Now guys, let's dive in. First thing first is that now Kenyans don't believe the parliament. Now Kenyans don't have that faith in their members of parliament. So ni vigumu sana for these people to went further to start to initiate like parliamentary presidency in this Republic of Kenya. That ni kitu ambacho it's quite new in East Africa, and Kenyans is not going to be the first country to exercise it, kwa sababu it denies the people. When you look at the first chapter of the constitution of this Republic of Kenya, it is clearly depicted that the power belongs to the people, and the people are given mandate to exercise it. In that, number one, they elect their leaders to exercise that power on their behalf. Then it also gives there at the end that if these elected leaders are failing them, so they can exercise that power by themselves. So when it is clear that the power belongs to the people, why is it that now the member of parliament wants to elect presidency on their behalf? Why is it that they are now barring Kenyans from electing their leaders? You know, that's a main question that actually when you look at it, it is very clear that Ruto is trying to do everything in contrary with the constitution. And when his plan of 2060, his plan is now to bring a consultative talk. If that talk is one in that 2060 plan, then that plan must completely be wrapped away. Tukuje to the, you cannot have a vision, yet that vision, we are not completing that vision. Vision 2030, it has completed, remaining just few years, but nothing we have achieved as a nation. When each ansako huyu president akikuja anakuja na mambo zake, huyu mwingine pia akikuja anakuja na mambo zake. Now Ruto wants to extend his term limit through the so-called 2060 plan, through the so-called constitutional amendment. That's why during the public address alikuwa based more on constitution. And remember, he opposes this constitution in 2010. So it seems that this document is the document that this guy hataki kuiona kabisa. And as the Kenyans, we are also going to reject it. Kwa sababu Kenyans want to exercise that power. Kenyans want to ensure that whoever they want is the one becomes the president. So if that is the case, then yafaa sasa wakuji with the interviews of those people who want to be the president. Sasa tuseme hivyo kwa sababu we cannot allow the parliament watupe watu wenye hata hawezi run the country. We need those experts in governance, those experts in leadership to evaluate, to do interview on those people that are now being presented on parliament, to ensure that even though these people that are expert in governance, they have scrutinized those candidates who are the president. So wanajua when you give this person atarudisha hii Kenya mahali iko. But wechukulia the people that are sahi in power, the people are in business, the people are not in power, and for the first, Kenyans are not going to accept that. And reason number 2 is that Ruto, as the ground is today, he cannot win any amendment vote. Any amendment vote, I mean that if referendum were to be held in this country today, Ruto will automatically fail it terribly. So in any other way ni kitu inampea stress. How will I initiate it to Kenyans? Kwa sababu any clause in constitution to be tampered with ni lazima walete kitu inaitwa referendum. You remember BBI? Ruto together with the team waliangusha kwa sababu the BBI that was then with Uhuru Kenyatta was somehow bringing all these leaders together, the opposition, to create the office of opposition, to do all these things that we are seeing Ruto forcing in his government. Ile kitu ilikuwa inakuja with the NADCO report, it was just improved BBI. So nashanga na huyu jamaa inakuwa very difficult for Kenyans to understand him. And for this time round, we need just president to be elected with the Kenyans, not to be just voted in with few member of parliament. We need a referendum, and Kenyans are going to ensure that that referendum will not see the light. That referendum will not even itafika in public participation. Tuyangushe ili Ruto arudi nyumbani Sugoi. If the journey of Sugoi has started, you cannot kukimbia, okay, now let me do this so that I can survive, let me do that so that I can survive. That is not something that you are going to take it lightly kabisa. You ought to know that. Saa hii ni mwezi wa 8, we are now counting days. Wakitu next week, we shall now counting days, not years anymore. So if the journey to Sugoi imeanza, lazima journey to Sugoi ifike, kwa sababu there is no any good thing about Vision 2060 and the proposal of amending the constitution. It's all about leaders. Saki simama akasema it will not be about the leaders, it will not be about the people. We have heard this story, and this is not the first time Ruto talking about this. I remember during the last election, this guy promised us that my government, I will not accept handshake. What happened? So ni mambo ingine yenye hata hatuwezi kubali kabisa. What is your thought guys on this? We pia, are you comfortable for the member of parliament, tunawaitanga sometimes in pigs, to come and elect president for you? Just a discussion. Drop it in comment section. I'll be doing my best to read it and giving you a response. And guys, if you have watched this video until this time and you have not subscribed, kindly please do so. More is coming on this channel. And if you are in position and you can support Mkuu with something small, kindly please use the number that you are seeing on screen so that we can at least improve our production. And with that guys, peace and love.